Thanks for joining us today as we feature one of the coolest purpose-built high-performance trucks from any manufacturer ever made, the late 70s Dodge Little Red Express. Dodge correctly surmised that even though performance may not be what it was a decade earlier, a car guy or gal would still love a muscular truck like the Little Red Express, built over 2 model years starting 45 years ago. For one high school senior, that was her dream truck. Current owner and caretaker Gena Perreault finally has her Express, and it's a beauty. Yeah, even ladies can become hardcore car people. Gena's just as knowledgeable as many car guys, that's for sure. In Gena's case, and for everyone else who's ever loved these bright red haulers, their hearts still skip a beat whenever they see one. Gena often gets to experience this Little Red Express from behind the wheel, too. She knows her heartthrob is only a few steps away out in the garage, and it's always ready to go and show somewhere. She and her husband Paul were kind enough to spend some time with us recently. We hope you enjoy this story, and maybe you'll finally get your dream vehicle after patiently awaiting for years, like Gena did. We want to hear your story. Now, let's go for a ride.
Hi, Liv.
Hi, I'm Gena Perreault.
And this is your
79 Dodge Little Red Express.
Woohoo! All right,
Yes.
let's go. We are cruising. And you can hear, does she have a name?
Lucy.
Lucy, that's right. You should have known that. You can hear Lucy. Okay, so how long have you had Lucy?
About 4 years. We got her at auction at Russo Steel. On the last day, she wasn't registered. She wasn't in the magazine. She wasn't on the website. A buddy of ours was selling his vehicle. Was walking around and saw her out in the parking lot. Sent my husband a text saying, "Isn't this what your wife wants?" And he immediately started calling, trying to find out anything about her. When he called the main office, they said, "We don't have that vehicle." "Don't know what you're talking about." He said, "I have a picture. I know you have that vehicle." So it was a late entry, and we basically had to just go out there and see what it was and what shape she was in, and then wait till Sunday, and she was the third to last, I guess. Third to last on the auction block. So it was kind of nerve-wracking just sitting there waiting, not knowing, because she wasn't in the program or anything. We didn't know really exactly what time the auction was going to happen. So we stayed out there all day Sunday just waiting for this truck to go on the auction block. So it was pretty fun.
Then you brought her home.
Brought her home. We had to outbid. Started out with 6 people bidding, and then pretty quickly 4 of them dropped out, and it was just 2 of us bidding, and we won the bid finally. And Paul saw the person that had been bidding against us, because he apparently had bought several other vehicles. He was from Canada, and he said, "I could tell how much your wife wanted that," so I dropped out.
Aww.
So it was nice. But man, I had never been to I've been to the auctions, but never been a part of what was going on. And
Yeah.
it's crazy. So,
And the rest is history.
yes. We found out in going through the vehicle, there was a big tub that was set in the floorboard, and it was from the original owner. And it was some of the original parts that were on this vehicle when he bought it. And in going through the stuff, we found his phone number, and Paul off chance called it, and he still lived in that house, still had the same phone number, and was so excited about knowing that somebody who loves vehicles bought the truck and was going to take as much care with her as he had. He was the original owner, bought it in Indiana, and soon after moved to Las Vegas. So she had been in a protected environment. She had been in a garage the whole time. So
Nice.
never, I mean, we have the original windshield still with the original sticker.
And how many miles were on it?
We got her at 40,000 miles, I believe.
Yeah.
And so
And how many now?
70.
Nice.
Yep.
So Lucy gets driven.
She does get
That's
driven.
awesome.
Not a lot. I had originally thought it would be great to have her to be a daily driver. I mean, this would just be a fun vehicle to drive, you know, around town. Especially since I worked in town, I wasn't really going to be driving her anywhere, you know, that much of a distance. But then after we got her and we saw the paint job, and this silk screen was original. He designed it. There's only 2 of them, and he doesn't know where the other one went because it was a car show, you know, winning prize. So he doesn't know who got the other silk screen, the Little Red Express on the back window. But I know this is one of 2. And so, you know, like I said, once we saw the shape that she was in, we realized she wasn't going to be a daily driver. So we did have to replace all of the rubber, you know, the belts and hoses and stuff like that, because he hadn't driven her for 15 years or something. So he just finally realized he couldn't really do the upkeep that was needed. Didn't really want to sell her, but didn't felt like he didn't have much of a choice.
Yeah. Well, she got an excellent home.
She did. I kept seeing 78s around, but the 78 wasn't what I wanted. I wanted the 79. Even though the 79 technically had to have all of the EPA stuff, because that was the year it really kicked in. So in 78, they got away with it because it was a truck, and the trucks fell through the loophole. 79 was still, they had started putting some of the exhaust and stuff on it, but you could easily just get rid of it
Yeah.
and drive her regular. Open her up. So this was the truck the year I graduated that I wanted. Of course, I'd only seen it in magazines.
You've never seen one before?
Only in the advertising stuff. Our dealership in town didn't have one, but my dad realized pretty quickly that this was probably not the best vehicle for me to have as a first car. So, yeah. But, I mean, it kind of surprised me because my dad was a truck guy. He was a, you know, blue collar worker, and we'd always had trucks, so I figured he'd go for it. But nope.
There's nothing like driving that vehicle. Today's vehicles are fun, but this is a different kind of fun. Just different. You cannot get in that truck and start it up and not smile. The main things that we've done is we've had to replace the hoses and the belts because it sat long enough, and the tires, and re-chrome the wheels. But that's just minor stuff. We didn't have to do anything major with the vehicle at all.
And just a little tweaking. We try to use original parts that we could. My name is Paul, and I'm her husband, and I'm just a mechanic.
Just going to keep it original like it is. The paint job, the original owner, so I'm the second owner. The original owner had it repainted about 20 years ago, but it's still the same type of paint. So like I can't just take it to wherever, if there's a ding or something in it, I have to take it to a specialty paint shop to get that repaired. We have all of the original wood, the original carburetor, because it has headers on it.
The exhaust manifolds.
The exhaust. We have all of the original everything from him. It's interesting that people, when you're at a car show, the people that stop. So you'll listen and they'll go, oh yeah, my dad had one of these, or my buddy in high school or something. And then there's an age gap. And then there's the younger generation that stops and goes, oh man, this is so cool. And they see the lack of electronics and everything under the hood. And so I think it's interesting. The older generation and then some of the younger generation that are just so interested in this old stuff. And so, yeah, we're just going to keep it like it is and enjoy driving it. Drive her in the parades, go to the car shows, and just
win trophies.
And have fun. Just have fun.
Well, we think this is sure a great story. It's a lesson for any of us that aspire to one day own our dream car or truck. Keep the dream alive, and it's likely you'll get that vehicle that keeps you up at night. These Little Red Express trucks are becoming quite popular with enthusiasts. Some critical parts like wood and decal kits are now available, which makes reviving one of these cool trucks a bit easier. Tell us in the comments what you think about Gena's sweet truck. Next week, we'll be bringing you one of the most interesting and rare cars of the post-war period. It's a 1954 Kaiser Darren Roadster, made by one of America's last independent automakers, designed by a legendary automotive stylist, and this particular car we're featuring today is one of the finest examples of the breed. We'll have the car's owner tell you all about it. And don't miss this one. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and be careful out there.